Hi, I'm coming. It's another really early morning. I don't remember exactly how long it takes us to get to Rocky Mount. Something more than 90 minutes. It's up by the Virginia border, so. Hi. There you go, Morris. Tuxie, you coming? You coming, Tux? Come on. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. Come on up. Well, you were all excited about your food, and then... Oh, Tux. Come on, bud. Come on. Come on. Hi, buddy. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, you're slow. You're pokey. All right, go over there and push it. Insert yourself. There you go. Come on. Come on. Here you go. Good boy. Here we go. We've cooled down just a little bit. It's 64 out here. Doesn't feel horrible. There you go, bud. There you go. Yeah, we were up at 6 and trying to get out of here by 7:30. I'm really enjoying not having to water everything every morning. You know, by the end of the summer season, we're really tired of watering. Good morning. I gave you a new towel last night. I see you had fun with it. It's all in a heap over here. She's been making it comfy. You don't usually... And I had it, you know, pushed down in the side of the couch pretty good. So she had to work at that. That wasn't a... Yeah, it's a good girl. You'd think we were taking off someplace serious. Right. It's mostly 4 chairs, 2 for us and a couple of spare. Right. A cooler with a little food and the drone. Right. So Ruby just ran a red light. It was a right turn. The light just turned red?
Yeah, it was on shell, but there was no, she absolutely, it wasn't even close to.
It was red.
It was red. I mean, it was red for like a second and a half or 2 seconds.
Yeah, she came up to Main Street, and instead of stopping there by the Taekwondo studio, I guess she evaluated it was clear. She just plowed on through the intersection. Right. Don and I had a little fun trying, what would we tell the cop?
Right.
And you said...
You know, I think I just eat it, and I wouldn't mention that the car full self-driving. I'd just say I was in control, I was paying attention, and I made a poor decision. I decided to go while the getting was good, and I would just eat it and hope the guy would understand. Hope the police officer would understand. Right.
Well, Don's after watching Don with the little rear end twice now, both times he was pretty
red light.
He was pretty unflappable, so I think he could calmly, you know, say. Yeah. I believe he would be calm under pressure and say that. I told Don that I would probably look up at the officer through my eyelashes and ask him if he was a fan of EVs or not, and then go from
What's
there.
What's your opinion of Elon Musk?
Yeah, do you like Tesla? and if he smiled and was friendly, I'd probably tell him the truth. But say, you know, I probably would start with, I'm responsible for the car. I went through the red light, but I'm testing a new version of full self-driving, and I don't know why she went through it, but she did.
It was more of, I can't believe she's going to run this red light.
Right, exactly. It's sort of frozen for that second or two, evaluating the intersection more than anything. Right. There was no cars in the intersection.
That's right. It was, other than the red light,
yeah.
It was 100% safe.
It was. So we're slightly later than I wanted to be, but we'll be there before the kids should be coming through the tour. So it is what it is. Hopefully when we go past, and I'm saying past the Halifax Supercharger, we won't really feel compelled to stop.
Right, we will stop on the way back though.
Yeah, well, we don't have a choice. She's not telling us we need to stop on the way. Usually we prefer to stop and use the stop long enough to use the restroom and then keep going, but that's 10 minutes and that's not optimal. We'll just see what time it is when we're going past it.
Yeah, it's still foggy.
David should be there ahead of us, and as long as one of us gets there early or not, then that's, you know. Yeah. So we went past John Heister. I think it's Heister. I always want to say Heister because dealers make me think of shysters. In general, not that dealer, okay? Not that dealer.
He's actually been an okay dealer.
Right. I don't have any problems with that specific dealer. Anyway, Heister is just a last name that I didn't grow up with and I'm not used to pronouncing. So anyway, we went past and Don said, I wonder if there's any Silverado EVs on the lot. And we looked over it and we couldn't tell. I mean, it's not like, oh, wow, look at the Rivian over there. Or even when they had the F-150 Lightning out front at the Chevrolet dealer. And we were, you know, you can spot it a mile away. The Silverado, it quietly blends in. Because it quietly blends in with all the other Silverados, the gas versions. So I went online to try to look at the Silverado EV. And in Chevrolet's inventory system, I searched on EV and I searched on electric for Silverado and it said no hits. So I went back out off of that page and down several results lower on the Google search results list. It finally showed me the page to take me straight to the Silverado EV page. So that's good, but I don't understand in their inventory why you can't search on the electric version. Because it was bringing me up hundreds of other hits, but not the electric one. Electric EV, I don't know, care. So anyway, I was reading down on the page, and really what I wanted to know is if Don and I stop on the lot, at a quick glance, how can we tell if there's an EV on the lot without talking to a salesman? That's really all I wanted to know, right? And plus, I get Google Opinion Rewards surveys, and I figured searching on that, besides generating myself to get a bunch of reach outs from GM asking me about my interest in their truck, which I, will find frustrating and turn off if I can. But I figured I might get 25 or 45 cents for doing that search because that might be something, GM really wants to know who's searching on their EV. But at any point, I was looking at it and I still have no clue what additional badging it might have. But right now it comes in black and white with a black or white and only a black interior. But an LT version is coming that has some extra things, including the front bow tie will be lit up. And what else did I say, Donnie?
Trying something mid-gate or something? Well,
there's a multi-flex mid-gate, and the way the page was designed, I couldn't tell if that was already available or coming soon. It was a little not clear on the page. I guess you'd have to go into the configurator and stuff. I know the LT version comes with 22-inch machined aluminum or aluminum machined wheels with aero covers. Sound a little familiar?
Is LT the luxury trim or less trim? What's the
It's got to be luxury trim because they're adding things that apparently the current version doesn't have.
Okay.
I don't know what all else. It seems like there was one other thing I was going to say, but at any point, I thought the web page didn't work super well, and I'm not sure I got the information I wanted. Oh, I know what I was going to say. You can schedule a live tour. So you can take a tour of the truck, schedule a live tour. I assume that means somebody somewhere is going to Zoom you and walk you through the features of the truck without you having to show up on the lot. I thought that was an interesting dealer technique. I'm sure it's not just for
any vehicle.
Right, I'm sure it's for any of their vehicles and not just that one. Can you imagine Tesla having enough manpower that you could zoom in and somebody would walk you through the vehicle? I don't know. I'm sure Tesla could get some owners that would be willing to walk around their car and talk to other prospective buyers. I'm absolutely certain of that. But I thought it was interesting at the car show the other day, the Drive Electric event. It's sort of a Drive Electric pre-event because I think technically it starts this Saturday, but I totally get the wake tech up there not wanting to schedule theirs on top of everybody else's so that they would get, you know, a crowd there, or attempt to get a crowd. I think we all agreed that the NC State pregame was a little more bang for your buck with the number of people reached, but again, the number of people with really in-depth conversations was higher at an event like the one we were at. So you can't always judge the success by the sheer number of people you get to talk to. But, you know, one of the things up there was most of the cars were with dealers except for the Teslas and a Fisker and one Hyundai that were with owners. All the rest of them were dealer cars with dealer people up there. So it tells me a little bit when we, you know, the Tesla people are always still willing to come out with their vehicles. Anyway, just, you know, passing the time. This is what Tesla owners do to pass the time in the car. Just making note that Don has the use turn signal to cancel message stuck up there. We have 31 miles until we get on I-95 North. So certainly at this point there's no... Well, actually, I-95, I was wrong. I'm just gonna, we got 31 miles to I-95 North, and then the little 0.2 miles, I guess, to get us onto I-95. So there's nothing to cancel here. There's no anything going on. I don't know exactly, I don't know exactly how long it's been up, but what?
Well, the alternate route just went away, and that didn't do it. So I was thinking maybe if I would have turned my turn signal on, it would have took.
Yeah, it went away and then it came back.
Well,
but
this is a different alternate route.
Sure, it keeps on changing as we go. There's lots of ways over here out in the country to get around a few miles of slow down or something if we needed to. But anyway, on the latest release, that message is sticking around, at least on the older cars. I've not seen Jules. Well, first off, Jules doesn't have the driver instrument cluster, and I can't test it on a newer X or S, but I know on the older X that's hanging around. I appreciate that our cars now watch from the rear and get out of the passing lane when faster moving cars come up, but I don't appreciate not waiting 2 more seconds to get over and pulling right in front of a tractor trailer. And it's not just one time or on one release, it's multiple times for us in both cars on multiple releases. Can we not just give the cars, yeah, there's the Halifax Supercharger.
And you see the solar panel.
Yeah, they're putting in more stalls and a covered solar panel thing there, and we will absolutely cover that on the way back out. We're just running too late to cover it on the way in. We have plenty of charge, so we don't need to stress about anything. As a matter of fact, right now she says that we're only minus 1% to get home, which we know we can't do this trip without supercharging in either car, but we don't have to stop on the way in. It would have really been desirably convenient, though, to stop and use the restroom, but we just don't have time. So we've got 14 more minutes. We're going to get there at 9:38. David's there. He's always great about showing up early, promptly, on time. Super appreciate it. My only excuse is he's a little closer. There were crows in the road, and she braked for the birds.
Yeah, I agree. She did that. 100%.
Although, like I said the other day, I felt she braked for a leaf. That's going to be a real problem. But I'm hearing much better things about 12.5.5 versus 12.5.4 that we're on. So I can only hope that these things are addressed. Dirty Tesla's wife was much happier on 12.5.5. So please send it to Ruby.
Yeah.
You can send it while we're up here. I'll put her on my phone Wi-Fi and we'll download it and install it for the drive home. Tesla gods, just please, you know. Don had to stand on the brake, figuratively, to stop us for this red light. Ruby was going to blast through it.
Yeah.
All the cars were stopped that just came in front of us, but still, it would have been totally wrong for her to continue through there.
Right. She was
accelerating
even.
Yeah,
she had missed it. There was nothing there that she was processing correctly. She missed all the clues.
Don't have to look at me, and I know we're back in FSD, but tell them what she just did. And this is 1 minute after the last thing she just did.
Right. So we were following a truck pulling a trailer, a landscaping type trailer, and it had mulch and stuff in it. The trailer, the brake lights on the trailer were out, and they were also very low to the ground because this trailer was very low. And that truck made a right turn, slowed and made a right turn, and she basically was going to run into it. She did not see that or detect the truck was slowing down, which, you know, because she didn't do radar. I mean, I know she doesn't use brake lights, so I don't understand how she missed that, because I could tell we're getting closer to that car, that we're getting closer to the car. I mean, that trailer's turning. And then, so finally I said, oh, I better stop because she's going to hit him.
Yeah, that was exactly what I saw too. She was not slowing at all. It makes you wonder if she's now looking for brake lights.
Yeah, it was almost, she was using as one of her inputs, you know, not only she looked visually to see how far away something is and are we approaching it, and I'm guessing, you know, closing distance and all that, but maybe she was also using brake lights, because I, as a human, it took me a little bit to recognize that guy didn't have brake lights. And what got me was the fact that, well, we're getting close to that trailer. I better stop.
Yeah.
You know, that's what caused me to do it.
Again, I hear 1255's better. Please send it soon. We're here. We're on the side of the building by the pond. I'm happy about that. I saw a BMW turn in just before us.
Yeah, right there.
And
It's gas.
okay, well, I was hoping it wasn't.
It's got exhaust pipe.
No, it's an i4. No? Okay,
Yeah.
it's an i4, but it's not the electric version. I don't know. It's dealer though. Are you sure?
No idea.
I can't tell if the little exhaust chute back there is actually exhaust or not. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Okay.
But since it's a dealer plate and it's an i4, I think it's electric. We're here. We're set up. We've used the restroom. I think Kendall's going to show up just a little late. He'll go on the other side of the sidewalk over there. I believe this is an EV conversion. Looks like it's won a lot of awards. And he's talking to Don. The ECU drone people are always in this spot, kind of like we're usually here by the pond. They offer classes so you get certified in drone stuff. It sounded like a great class to me. I don't know. Elizabeth City State University Aviation, and they look like they are also drone related. Wow, look at the size of some of these drones. The students haven't started making the rounds yet, or I'll need to get back to the car. That's what happens, but wow. Yeah, that's a little bigger than my drone. Hey. I have a Mavic Air 2, something like that. Anyway, this one's just a little bigger. Last time I saw one this big was at Cherry Point Air Show. Some of the big military drones. Right.
Referral code right now.
Right. Well, if anybody, yes, use David's referral. That would be fine. Yeah. We just had one group of kids come over and ask a lot of good questions, and said it would have made some people really nervous with 15 kids in and out of the Ruby, but it was okay, honest. And I had the one girl in the driver's seat do a close all after I got the other kids away, and then I summoned them forward and they squealed with delight. I
forgot the video there.
Yeah, I told Don, I said, you're supposed to catch that on video. I can't.
Maybe the next group comes around, I'll walk over there and I'll do the actual
Sure.
over.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be awesome. We did ask the Rivian owner to come park by us.
Yeah.
She's like, really? You want me over here? And we're like, yes, we want you over there. If you're willing, please park beside us. She was here to do something, not just to look.
One of the people presenting or something.
Presenting, or yeah, so she can't stay with the car, but we'll keep an eye on it. And I don't know if the kids asked about it, but we need to make sure we point out that it's also electric and also American made. So, well, there's your spec right there, Donnie. White, and you like the SUV version better. Me, I like the truck.
Yeah, no, I'm an R1S fan.
Right, but this, you know, this just looks like, you know, GMC equivalent. Maybe just can't hold the plywood in the back, I guess.
Well, that has 3 rows.
Yeah, got to do the light show. It is hard to explain to people, though, not to walk around the car during the show. But they love it. They're all taking selfies in front of Ruby and in front of Eagle 5.
Oh, the R1S? Yeah, she's one of the ladies.
All right, put your foot on the brake pedal. Do you drive yet? Okay. Now hit the X out of the pin to drive in the center screen and hit the car icon in the lower left and hit the button in the middle left that says driver and back up just a smidge. Hit up the button that says driver. It's in the middle left, middle of the screen. Driver. Sorry. David's gonna have the car come to him. Be careful now, guys. Are you watching? The car and David? Stay over there, please. You weren't here when we asked the first time. Thank you.
Hold on. How did you?
It's called Smart Summon. So he's using the app on his phone to tell the car to come to him. So when your mom is shopping at Target and it's pouring down rain and she doesn't want to get wet, you can tell the car to come to her and then hop in up at the front of the store and you don't need an umbrella. So he just used the app on the phone to tell the car to come to him.
So what are the limitations of that?
Well, it's not going to go super fast. If you pull on the door handle, it'll stop. If you get too close to it as a pedestrian, it'll stop. There is a range limitation, but probably on the latest version, like down that road that way, would not be too far. I don't remember the exact number of feet. We could look it up. I used a while ago with Ruby an easy forward and backward. They call that dumb summon. So if you're doing the tire shine on your wheels and you want to just move the car forward a half a rotation, dumb summon.
I like his wheels.
Yeah, he's driving now. So those are rim guards, the blue, to keep you from scraping them up. But he's using actually Smart Summon. Elon's sense of humor. It was dumb for a while and it's actually smart now.
Wow.
They said, wow, David. I'm really glad we're here today. Don and I really do enjoy talking to the kids and showing them things. Common pieces of information would be how many superchargers in the state of North Carolina, explaining that you mostly charge at home, how many miles the new cars get. They always want to know how much it costs, and I think if that's motivation to stay in school and get a good job and earn, you know, a new car, whether it's a Tesla or not, that's a good motivation for these students. So this group has the hang of please back up good going before them. Pretty cool, huh? Obviously some students here today that haven't seen a Model X do the light show before, so we get, you know, some students are repeat and some students have not been to the Center for Energy Education before and seen Ruby. So, because we try to come up here probably about 4 times a year for all the events. David's having a good time in the car over here. That's good. He's excellent with the children also. Dance, Donnie, dance. I didn't say chicken dance, but yeah, I guess you could do the wings like Ruby. couple of the students have been really interested in my camera. I sort of explained how it works. Thank you, Ruby. Things have slowed down near the car. Everybody's eating their lunch and getting their Italian ice. Although they're going to be here until later this afternoon, it will start to thin out. I'm sure it's mostly the same people that have been here before, but maybe some new people. I wanted to come show you guys the goats. This is the North Carolina Renewable Energy Program with an interesting exhibit. I just wanted to see the goats.
Yes, ma'am.
So do we?
Actually, sheep.
Okay.
No, you're fine.
I thought, well, you know, the reason why I didn't really even look at them. The reason why I said that is because I thought I read online that there were going to be goats. So I must have read sheep, and in my head.
Yeah, so goats, so goats aren't a very beneficial animal to have in a solar field, in vegetation, because they will eat everything,
including the
metal, the wires.
Okay.
Everything.
So we want sheep.
Yes, sheep just eats the grass pretty much.
So I noticed they're sort of penned right now, and maybe that's because we wanted the students to see them and not just have them out.
So this site doesn't use sheep to maintain vegetation. This is just there for, you know, their purposes. And
sure, it could be used, but not at this site.
There are definitely sites out there that do that.
Okay.
Actually, there's quite a few that do. That's how they, because I mean,
okay.
Every time a lawnmower crew rolls up on this site right here to cut this grass, it's $16,000.
Wow.
So
you're not responsible for that on top of everything else you do out here?
Oh, you're responsible for everything inside that fence. Every single thing, from the grass growth to erosion, every single thing. Okay. Yeah, don't stop at the solar field.
Right.
In the solar.
Well, I just remember talking with you before, and that you are, you know, do maintenance and running of the systems out here and stuff.
We do all that, but I mean, it doesn't. Our task, what we're responsible, doesn't stop at just that. I mean, we got to make sure the grass is cut, because a lot of city and towns have ordinances on how tall the grass can be.
Okay.
For aesthetics looking, and because I mean, nobody wants 6 foot tall grass out there in a solar field, because it would be shading the panels and
sure. Oh yeah. Well, it looks nicely trimmed right now.
Well, we did have it cut last week.
Just for the event, so people. Yeah, yes, I understand. Well, nobody can see this back from far away anyway, but I'm sure there are places where people feel like they can see it.
Well, I mean, a lot of solar fields are like are kind of in city limits, and people can see them from roads and stuff like that. And so there's, rules and regulations on that kind of deal.
Okay. All right, sheep. Got it. Yes, thank you. So the kids get to come around and talk to all of the vendors here. All of the local electric companies always are out here. This is Roanoke Cooperative. I've talked with them before, so that's cool. Dual land use. They're going to talk dual land use, he said. Okay. Here's Dominion Energy. That's the other electric company we usually see up here. There's another university, NC Central, and they've got VR technology stuff over there. So there's a lot of schools here, from NC State, NC Clean Tech, Halifax EDU. So you can see it's geared mostly for high school students, but they do have a couple of elementary school buses here today. I see ECU Health in the purple tent up here. After UNC Charlotte, State, and ECU were schools that Johnny considered. Wow, I didn't realize health was such a big push at ECU. All right. I didn't take any of their freebies. The students love that stuff though. So David warned me to stay away from the Italian ice place. He got bit by some fire ants over there. Thankfully he's not quite as allergic as I am. Oops. I just wanted to get a little video with Kendall's car parked next to Ruby. These guys are awesome for coming and spending the day with us and helping with the kids.
So David is down there and he's using auto summons, and he's got taking these two young ladies for a ride.
These students saw the other students get summoned in David's car, so now David's gonna take them around. Now actual smart summon disables the steering wheel and the controls. So literally having passengers in there, they can't do anything. And remember, you can pull on the door handle though and stop the summon. He's driving the kids around the parking lot. Yeah. And then he's going to get in and drive it back around. Oh, okay. So we're heading out. It's 2 p.m.
There's David.
There's David.
Bye, David.
Bye. So here's a Bolt EV, and there's a Mach-E, and there was 2 other Model 3s at least in the parking lot, and maybe that i4. So I guess what I'm going to say to Mosine is, you know, can we do some of these other EV owners want to park with us? I mean, even if we had to move over here to the grass or something so we could all be together. There's a Lightning.
Well, that lady said she had a Lightning.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, we just park where they tell us to park, but it was really nice. The lady with the Rivian parked near us, and I think I'm going to mention to Mosine that we should probably see if some of the other brands want to, you know, park with us too, because, you know, we're not keeping them from doing that. We had about I don't know, 50 kids sitting Ruby today.
Oh, easy.
Easy, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out.
It's amazing how fast kids can jump in and jump out.
Yeah, I only had to ask for subtle behavior changes a time or two. There was really good kids asking permission. Overall, everyone was really thoughtful today, so that's good.
And they always were very complimentary of Ruby. In fact, the only negative person we had was another EV driver, but let's not get into that. But she was a little...
We were kind of attacked one time today, and I'm not used to being attacked, but I didn't realize she was an EV owner because the way she was attacking us, I just assumed that she was an ice car person that thought EVs were stupid. So that's the first I'm understanding that she was actually driving an EV.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it caught me off guard at the end when she told me what she drove. I believe her. I mean, it's just, wow, you know, it's like for somebody that was awful.
I think you misunderstood her, but maybe I didn't, because I was standing there too and I didn't, but I don't know. She definitely drove F-150. My only question is, was it a Lightning or not?
Right. It's very possible. It may not have been. She may, because I kept saying...
Because I thought she was anti, like, you're going to die in a battery fire.
Yeah. That's
so no EV person's Lightning or Tesla is going to be telling you that. So I think she drove an F-150, but it wasn't the Lightning.
Yeah, she didn't know that there was an electric F-150, I guess. I mean, that's possible. We could have been that disconnected that...
Yeah.
Me... knowing about the Lightning, F-150 Lightning, assumed that's what she was talking about, and she kept hearing F-150, and I kept saying the word F-150 Lightning, and she just figured that
doesn't know what that was even or something. Yeah, huh? Well, we've never had a person come to us up here at this event and give us a hard time. Normally people that come to the solar, well, first off, the kids are all into Tesla. or electric cars. Like I've never met the kids that were, they appreciate us being here, and they love seeing the technology, whether it's electric or just the cool things Ruby does. And all of the politicians Mosine invites, they notice, you know, they're very interested, and the employees, they're interested, and the people that come from the various, that have the, I mean, we've never had a person that came up to us and was as confrontational as this person was. 2 more thoughts on the day. Most of the adults that talked to us today were over 50, I think. Do you agree with that, Donnie?
I agree.
I don't think they're good candidates to go purchase a Tesla or an EV, but I was super impressed at their desire to understand the technology, and you never know. So that was one thing. And then the other thing is one kid came up to me and said, wow, you know what I love about that Rivian over there? It has dog mode. And I was like, well, you know, Tesla had dog mode first, right? And he was like, really? Tesla's got dog? I was like, hop in and I'll show you. And so we got in, and I did a close all, which always wows the kids. And then, God, Elon, give me an open all, please. I digress. So anyway, I hit dog mode and I got out, and their faces all lit up when the little thing went up on the screen. And I explained that back early on, you know, some people have been trained their whole lives that if you see an animal in a car, it's automatically gonna die of heat exhaustion. But then they needed a way, you know, to communicate that the animal was really safe, and thus dog mode. And then we went through the differences between dog mode and climate keep and camping mode. So the kids had really good questions today. I kind of get tired of the how far will it go and how much does it cost. You know, David gave us the current sales guy numbers because, you know, he worked for Tesla, and was able to retain those and repeat them. So I was, you know, pretty accurate the rest of the day. I don't think Dawn knew them either, by the way.
No.
But David clued us in, and we said all the right numbers, I think, after that. But I don't know, those 2 questions to me get old. But explaining how the nav screen works, how you find a supercharger, how you figure out how the car tells you where to stop, all these things, you know, you can really train somebody pretty good in the operations of the car in 15 minutes, you know, pretty good. So I know some of the kids are motivated to want to drive an EV, a Tesla, when they get older. Well, it's over here on the other side of the parking lot. So she's confused about which side of the street the supercharger's on there?
Yep, I think that was some confusion about this which supercharger was. Yes.
I thought they were going in on the back 40, but it's actually over here on the side. It's not a complaint, it's just a realization on my part.
There's a guy with a Tesla T on his back.
Well, hopefully the next time we're up this way, which is probably in another 3 or 4 months, at the next time they ask us to come, it'll be open and we can use it. Yep. So they must be gonna put up a second thing because there's pedestals on both sides. So I'm expecting a second canopy.
I agree. That's what it looks like to me.
Okay. So we're here in Halifax at the Oasis. So you can either call it the Oasis Supercharger or the Halifax Supercharger. This, according to David, and I think I heard the same thing online, is going to be the largest supercharger on the East Coast at 48 stalls. First it was 12, then there's some back there that made it 20, and then this going in over here is going to make it 48. And I'm trying to get Don to confirm that the solar canopy is also going in on the other side. I'm sure it must be. Why would you only put it up on half of it? But I can't quite confirm that personally myself. Don says he thinks the big transformer's going in on this end. And the, maybe the cabinets, well, I guess these are all the pedestals down here. On the end, I see the version 4 pedestals. Different color, different shape, different height. If you look up underneath there, you can see that they're solar panels for starters. And on the other side, the round towers are so much taller than on this side where the base of the canopy is. I'm not convinced that anything other than lights are going in on the other side. I don't know. So here's the ones they added when they went from 12 to 20. And like I said, here's all the pedestals just ready and waiting over here, making sure I'm not in anybody's way and not getting run over while running my mouth.
So it looks like the footings for the superchargers are precast. Notice the QR code on there's like got a part number. That's not something you would do if you poured that. That's not poured. I think those are all precast footings for the supercharger.
And we're pretty convinced now that the round pillars across the way are
just lamps.
Are just lamps, because over here on my left, if I can go to the left, you'll see an actual light on one of those, and they're the same height and the same bolts and everything.
Yeah.
So we're pretty sure it's just a light.
Yeah.
So my question is, why wouldn't they do double the solar?
I don't know for a fact, but this faded green one I believe is the transformer for these superchargers. The newer green one I believe is for these superchargers. We saw very similar sized pedestals at the other end, far end down there, so that's probably where the transformer is. I bet you this is going to have a battery. The reason these solar panels are here, obviously we like renewables, but it's probably limited because of the amount of batteries that they're going to be allowed to put on this site. I don't know. They're version 4 supercharged, because you can see all the cabinets down there.
Yep.
So it'll be very interesting to see what this ends up being. But I'm with Marianne. I'm a little surprised that they didn't put a second set of canopies here.
Yep, me too. It's a good site though. They already had all this open, wasted space here around this building, so it was made really good sense here.
Yeah, well, the transformer for the building's over there.
Yep, on the other side of the far building, there's a propane tank and there's a transformer over there.
Yeah.
Don noted the bump stops are removed, and this is Cybertruck ready. Don's unplugging. We're scheduled to get home at 26%. I don't know how long we were here because I didn't look at the time, but we went inside, we used the bathroom, we circled the souvenirs twice, we walked down the line and stared at the construction, and we came back to the car. So however long that took.
Yep, wasn't long.
We had at least a 10-minute slowdown right where 95 dumps onto US Highway 64, and right when we got at the end of it, they were pulling up the cones and they weren't doing any work. So they slowed us down, cost us 10-15 minutes for, no reason that we could discern.
Yeah.
They was just out there having fun with cones today. I don't know. I am working on the Harry Potter Allery. So there's like 5 or 6 owls in this set, plus this special brick here. Printed piece that's pretty cool. It's just a small tower with lots of owls on it, and it's currently on sale on Amazon, so I'll put the link in the video description, and if you like what you see, you might consider buying it from Amazon. It's always back and forth between Lego points or Amazon sale, and I think for us, Amazon sale and then slow ship with 6% back on Prime right now, it ends up being a good deal. We're home, no real problems. We're still hoping for 12.5.5 really soon, because 12.5.4 presented some challenges for Dawn today. I did finish the Allery. It was a really cute, fun build. Let's see. I think I counted before I bought it. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, because there's one down here. 5, 5. There's another owl on this turntable down here. 5 owls and 3 minifigures and a special character tile. So anyway, I just like the owls. Harry Potter kits are filled with owls, and this one in particular. Hey, Stripe. Stripey. Hi. All right. There, now that we can see it. Oh, maybe 6. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 owls. 6 owls and 3 minifigures, a tree. And yeah, it's cool.